What is going on, Pugilism Planet? To say there's a lot to talk about in the boxing world is probably the understatement of the week. Stuff just keeps changing quickly. Um, Sign of the times. Waiting for my dude KD to come through. Mr. Kurt DeVille, keeping it real, putting two to your grill, or you other channels better chill. That's on the real. And as Kurt would say, bars. I did a video earlier saying, has Canelo gone from the face of boxing to the farce of boxing? And someone informed me that just a few minutes ago, and I checked it out, at the time I checked it out, it had been posted for about 10 or 15 minutes. It said that Canelo had just signed a 4-fight deal with Turkey, and one of the fights is supposed to be against Terrence Crawford in September. So it sounds like the Jake Paul thing was just that, a Jake Paul thing. Maybe Jake was putting it out there to get some buzz since he got a lot of backlash from the Mike Tyson fight, because looks like it wasn't true. So everybody, we've done all these videos about who we thought was going to win between Canelo and Crawford. Then it looked like it was canceled. So then we're talking about what's going on with Canelo and Jake. Is Canelo trying to cash out or just what? And now it looks like the fight is back on. Looks like Canelo's supposed to have a fight in May, September, and in February. I forget the other month, but it's a 4-fight deal for Canelo. Hopefully, this Jake Paul thing does well. You know what? Maybe it should happen at some point, just not now. Maybe Jake Paul needs to see what it's like to get in the ring with a fighter that's doing his thing currently, you know. But that's what's going on, and I'll wait for some of you to come through my Pugilism Planet. Once you come through, tell everybody we're live on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever platform you're on. Let everybody know the J. Roos theory is live and direct, full effect, cashing checks. You know what I mean? Don't get me to dropping bars on y'all. Don't get me to dropping bars on y'all. I didn't post that I was going live because I didn't know I was going live either. Just finished doing 2 workouts, just ate some food, and I'm up. So let's talk. You know what I mean? Like I said, waiting for Mr. KD to come through. Mic check 1, 2. You know how we do. Time for some action. More rhymes than Jesse Jackson. Y'all asleep? Wake up. Jay Tilda's in the building. Wake up, y'all. Wake up. And still be on the lookout for that live stream with me and Mr. Ray Mercer. We've both been pretty busy lately. But I wanted to give you guys a chance to come through and chop it up with the former WBO heavyweight champion, Merciless Ray Mercer, 1988 Seoul, Korea Olympic gold medalist in the heavyweight division. And that 88 Olympic team was something else, man. They had Roy Jones, Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis was fighting out of Canada. There's a lot of people on them teams back then. Hope the link I sent Kurt worked. If you can hear me, Kurt, and the link doesn't work, just send me a text and I'll send you another one. I know sometimes when I go live, like with Andrew, I'll have to hit open in Chrome. For some reason, it won't work unless I hit Chrome for his live streams. I don't have to do it on mine, but for some reason, I have to do it on his. I don't know why. I just really don't know. But while I'm waiting for KD to come through, let me give some shout outs to some platforms that I watch out there. Of course, Counterpunch Boxing News KD, Boxing Wave, Showbiz, The Adult, Andrew Tucker World, the Tucker Army, Boxing on the Edge, your boy in the bunker, Sports 101 Predictions. Let's see. I always be forgetting. BWTM Sports and Gaming, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and more. Uh, Chris Jones from Pump Chasers. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Me and him were chopping it up today on Instagram. Real cool, humble guy. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Go subscribe to all these platforms if you haven't. Dusty Vision TV talks about West Coast politics and street life. I've been on his platform. He's been on mine with me and Andrew. Shout out to, let's see. I'm always forgetting somebody, and I don't mean to. Didn't mean to forget anybody. Said your boy in the bunker, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I hope not, because I have a good memory. Oh, my dude, Box Center, yeah. Can't forget him. Box Center, cool guy. Go subscribe to him. Let's see. Oh, my dude, Viking Samurai. Can't forget him. He had a fight scheduled with Shane Mosley on Celebrity Boxing, injured his shoulder. So now he's supposed to fight Hector Camacho Jr. Not sure the date of that. But shout out to my dude, Viking Samurai. Super cool dude. We've talked for, literal hours, man. So shout out to Viking Samurai. Oh, shout out to Tim Witherspoon. He's got a boxing platform. And it's a lot of great platforms out there. There's enough for everybody. No need to hate or discriminate on the boxing platforms unless you're talking nonsense. Then I gotta drop some truth bombs on you. Nothing hits harder than the truth. But back to the boxing talk, man. All this back and forth about the Crawford Canelo fight is like 1 minute it's on, 1 minute it's not. Then we got the big fight card coming up February 22nd with Bivol and Viterbia Part 2. Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker. I guess that's the co-main event. All these fights, or most of these fights, could be headliners. You got Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd. You got Zhang versus Caballero. Um, and it's just a loaded card. Vargas versus Madrimov. So it's going down. It's going down. These fights are happening in real time, and we no longer have to wait and just talk and talk about these fights that end up fantasy fights because some of them never happen. We could talk about what's next for Alexander Usyk, what's next for the alleged retired Tyson Fury. We can talk about what's next for Martin McCauley. He's supposed to fight F.A. Jagba. Found out his promoter Ben Shalom is spreading false rumors that the fight's already been signed in South Africa to fight AJ. I could tell the way he was saying it that it wasn't legit. It's like the guy interviewing him was asking him about it, and it's like, yeah, yeah, we're fighting. It's like he's just like, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're fighting in South Africa. That's like, come on, man. Because Martin McCauley was just saying right before that, yeah, I think it'll happen. And Ben Shalom says, yeah, it's already signed. So why would McCauley said, I think it'll happen if it was already signed? He'd have been like, yeah, it's scheduled for such and such a date. So Ben Shalom, I'm gonna need you to start dropping facts and stop the wishful thinking, partner. Bro, Tupac said it in Juice. Partner. Where you at, KD? K Dizzle. I'm waiting on my dude K Dizzle to come through. But that card is so stacked, man. People are saying this is the best boxing card in boxing history, the Bivol versus Beterbiev 2. Matter of fact, I was watching their watch along where Beterbiev and Bivol were watching their fight and making comments. And Bivol was pretty impressed with the power of Beterbiev, man, or better BF, however you say it. Um, he seemed to be impressive with the power, and he knew he had to be cautious, and he knew that he had to be strategic because you don't want to walk into a trap. He mentioned that he didn't want to walk into any traps. With a puncher like Beterbiev, you get caught, it can change your whole way of thinking. You sitting there like, do I really want to fight? Target was hiring. I can fill out an application online, but that card is stacked, man. And Joseph Parker Dubois, that's still a very, very tough fight to pick because you got Don Charles in the corner of Mr. Dubois, and then you got Andy Lee in the corner of Mr. Joseph Parker. So it'll be a little chess match between those two. And we'll see who comes out with the better strategy. We'll see who adapts best. I think Joseph Parker is better at adapting than Daniel Dubois. Daniel kind of has one way of fighting, and he just kind of breaks you down. And he's still got that wide guard with his elbows out. Don't quite know why that hasn't been corrected. Why Anthony Joshua didn't exploit that. Anthony Joshua had his hands down here for a lot of the fight, and Dubois had his elbows out. So that's the reason both guys hurt each other. Is just Dubois hurt AJ more than AJ hurt Dubois. But man, that Joseph Parker fight though. I originally picked Daniel Dubois, but I had to go back and rethink it, so I picked Joseph Parker. And looks like we got K Dizzle in the building, y'all. There we go. We got Kurt up in the building, y'all. What's going on, man?
Jay Roos, man, how you doing, man? Just wrapping some stuff up before getting some shut eye or doing a crossword puzzle or reading a book that I've been reading and stuff like that, man. Just chilling out for tonight. How you
Oh,
doing, man? How's everybody doing?
yeah, man, I'm doing all right. I finished doing 2 workouts and then I just ate and I was like, why not go live? Let me see if Kurt's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, man. Um, I pretty much did the same, man. I just kind of pigged out on some fruits and stuff, some grapes and stuff like that. Trying to shred down, man. I think it's a good time to do so, you know. And
Great.
so yeah, man. Matter of fact, let me throw this on the uh yeah, let's throw this on the thing, man. Let's throw this on the thing.
Can you
Uh
hear me all right?
yeah, man, I can hear you fine. How about you? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you're perfect, man. You sound great.
All right, coolness, coolness, and coolness. Let's see here.
You got Kurt
Mhm.
DeVille in the building, y'all. First time on the J. Roos theory. I was on Counterpunch Boxing News a couple times. I was there for the live stream the other week. What fight was that again?
That was Benavidez Morel.
Right, right, yeah, Benavidez Burrell, the Battle of Davids.
Yeah, man, the battle of the Davids, man. David versus David, there was no Goliath. That was just the tale of two Davids, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was cool, man. It was good stuff. It was good stuff, man. I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, it was
Thank you
fun,
for
man.
coming in. You popped in a couple times in that too, man. You popped
Yeah,
in a couple times. So, you came left back, then you wowed everybody with the background, you was up in the clouds, you know. People were like, man, that's a cool background. Because it was like the way you were sitting there, like it was like symmetrical, like you were in the Matrix or something like that. Where
Matrix.
Neo at, you know. So
Lando
yeah, man.
Cloud City.
Yeah, man, definitely. Definitely, man. Definitely. So man, what's the topic of the day? What we talking about? We just chopping it up. What we got?
Well, I was looking at my comments, and someone told me that, well, they said Crawford, but when I checked it out, it looks like Turkey just signed Canelo to a four-fight deal, which includes Terrence Crawford in September. So it looks like the
Mhm.
Jake Paul thing was nothing. Everyone thought that it was going to be Jake Paul versus Canelo. Looks like that's not the case according to Turkey's latest post. So what do you think of that? Are you excited about this four-fight deal Canelo just signed apparently?
I mean, obviously so. I mean, here's the thing. We didn't hear anything either way. There was nothing that we heard either way that swayed us either way. I just think we went off of the reaction of the news that we received both times. Hey, the Canelo fight is signed, Canelo Crawford fight is signed, then hey, the Jake Paul Canelo fight is signed. Hey, the Canelo Terrence Crawford fight is off. So you know what I mean? We are just really responding to all that because I went live. You were there, right?
Yeah,
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 so I went live, man. I was at the lake, man. Had a great day, man. I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's kind of scary because it's still supposed to be cold. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's
uh,
not. It's like 75 degrees. People
yeah.
out fishing, throwing, you know, throwing jigs and riding reels and all that, man. And then I'm out there just chilling, with the windows down, looking at the lake, counter punching. It's a great thing, man. It's a great thing, real great thing. But still, it's February though. It's supposed to be cold. Is it cold over there in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's pretty like I'm burning up right now, man. These last couple of days it's been like 64, 72. Like it went from
Mm,
snow to heat like real fast. Yeah, it's kind
yeah,
of weird. Ain't it?
yeah, yeah. It is definitely, man. It just makes you think like what's going on with the weather. So
Yeah.
you know,
When
so
you through to Atlanta, man?
you say what?
When you coming back through to Atlanta?
Man, I got a call today for some work. So
Oh,
I didn't get it, and I'm glad I didn't because it was a Tyler Perry show. I don't know which show, but they wanted me to double a guy on the show, and he was bald. And I was like,
also you'd
you
have to
know,
shave
yeah, I would have been scalped, you know.
your
I'd have been that throwback Kurt. Hey Kurt, man, what happened?
head.
Yeah. I'd have been that throwback Kurt, but nah, they already got somebody to fill it. I was like, yes. You
No,
know.
okay.
Yeah, 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 kind of, because you do think about the money,
Saved by the best.
so
Have you worked with Tyler Perry before?
never, never.
Never. I
Yeah,
worked
but
with
I mean,
I
uh-huh.
worked with once or twice.
hmm Yeah. Well, that's twice more than I ever have.
Yeah.
In over 60 shows, man. I never worked with Tyler Perry yet. But I'm
Well,
looking forward to doing so, so we'll see what happens. And it's not over yet, so um anything can happen in the world of Holly weird. So we'll see what happens. We'll see
Hollywood.
if the weird gets Holly, right? So so yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. But
Wow.
to answer your question, man, Turkey Al Sheik, I think he's just really pretty much putting his foot down, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's putting his foot down. He's like, hey, don't mess with the lion. You heard him, like, don't mess with the lion. I'm thinking, okay, well, hell, who's the jungle and who's the lion? Are you the lion and Canelo's the jungle, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was trying to figure that one out too.
I'm like, okay, what is your parables, Jesus? What's going on, bud?
He talking. Wait, what did he say? Is like, don't fear the jungle, fear the lion, or something like
He did, he did. So I'm
that. Yeah,
thinking, like, okay,
he trying to get.
so
Uh,
well, I think what it is, and I think Turkey is he's just playing riddles, and I think he's just seeing who gets the most responses, and I think what drives the most emotions, what revs everybody up. I think that's what he's doing. You know what I mean? Because who owns Ring Magazine? Turkey Al Sheikh. Where did we hear all of this news? Ring Magazine.
right.
So you know what I'm saying? So if you're looking at it, he's the one sending these notifications out, this news out to everyone to see what people and how people will react. You know what I
Uh,
mean? See how
mm,
people will respond to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, let's do this. Canelo Crawford almost done. Let's see. Send.
wow.
Then he'll sit there and with those glasses. And then
Yeah.
he'll yeah, and then he'll throw a monkey in the wrench. It's like, oh, okay. Canelo versus Jake Paul. Let's see what people thinks of that.
Wow.
Send.
Yeah. That. Now that I think about it, that's kind of an interesting strategy to get talk going around Canelo and Crawford. Like, yeah, he may have been testing the waters to see what type of feedback he got. Wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah, man. And then, hey, Crawford versus Canelo off.
Yeah,
Send. you know,
I know. He's like,
you know. Yeah, man. And it's like everybody, oh, what is this, man? It's ducking, man, it's ducking. So I mean, look, it's just like this. This is how it works, right? When you hear news like that and you don't respond in an amount of time, it's not the only person that suffers is basically us. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Because getting that info out there, staying up to date with what's currently going on is I think it's vital to the growth, of your community, you know.
right.
Because I had issues like maybe about dude, now it's like 5 or 6 years ago. And come April, my channel has been around for 10 years. It was
Wow,
created in April of 2015. Now it's 25 of February.
wow,
And I was making these videos, and the crazy thing was, uh, people were like, "Well, that's false. So why don't you delete that video?" And I'm like, "You understand that this is a timeline,
right.
so you have to follow the timeline. So that
Yeah,
kind of keeps you up to date. It's not my fault that the
yeah,
video that you received came to you, but that's not the up to date video that you should have saw."
yeah,
You know what I mean? So a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, dude, that has 7,000 views." Yeah, it has 7,000 views, and I'm proud of them damn 7,000 views. So why don't you take your no 7,000 views having what on somewhere? So go ahead,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Trying to make
So
video
yeah,
time, right when something hits the presses, we try to do a video on it, and if it changes, it changes. But we're supposed to give our 2 cents about what's going on.
yeah, definitely, man, definitely. I think um, that's there is a rebuttal a counterpunch, right? A theory, right? That's the J. Roos's theory behind things. So between theories and counterpunches and ideas and opinions and responses and how you feel about whatever, that I think people would care to hear that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like that's what's up, and people were like, oh, I agree or I don't agree. It didn't matter what it was, just
Right.
mattered that you covered it when it happened.
Right. In real
So
time.
yeah, in real time. Yes, sir. So, that's the whole thing. So guess what? None of this will matter tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
None
I
of
know.
this will matter tomorrow because Turkey Al Sheikh is already, I put my foot down
Yeah.
and he put it down. And, now everybody's like, oh, I just seen Timothy Bradley. I'm like, man, if I'd have knew that, because Timothy went ape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Timothy Bradley's?
Yeah. I did a video where I used the audio from what he was saying, what he thought about Al Heyman and all that. Yeah.
No, I mean, you see the one today?
Uh, no, I guess I haven't seen the latest one then.
Hmm.
Oh, he
Let's
went
see.
ham.
He did.
Wow.
Check this out. Hold on a second. Not yet. All right, cool.
Doing Bradley back with some more haterism. I saw what everybody else seen this morning. Actually woke up to it. Canelo Alvarez and Crawford is off. Supposedly, I ain't heard nobody. I ain't heard from nobody. I haven't talked to Crawford. I don't know. I'm speculating right now. But something is telling me that Al Heyman
Yeah.
has rose again.
Yeah, this is the one
You
I
know
did
what?
a video on.
It's crazy how, like in Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, it was like, I think it was Green Magazine said the fight is on. See it. A few days later, today, it's off. Make that make sense? Yo, something's up here. And the truth will eventually come out. But there ain't nothing wrong with speculating every now and then. But I just feel like Al Heyman got something to do with this. Because Al Heyman is the only one that can pull off something like this. I don't think it has anything to do with Turkey Al Sheikh. I think it all has to do with Al Heyman and his relationship with Canelo Alvarez. You know what he told him? He said, listen, I get it. You're making $70 million. That's a lot of bread, young man. So yeah, a lot of bread. However, sorry about my dog. There's even more bread out there for you. But real quick, let me tell you a story. Back some years ago, when Earl Spence was talking about fighting Terence Crawford, you know what I told him? I told him, don't fight him. Don't fight him. But he didn't listen. He went against my word. And you saw what happened. He told Canelo, he said, Al, this is Al talking. He told Canelo, hey, that boy got skills. He crazy. Now, he crazy enough to fight you. That young man spiteful. That young man can fight. Stay away from him right now. Ain't no need for that. We can always revisit that. That's always there. Go after that Disney boy. Yeah.
Disney
You know
boy.
he the biggest name in American boxing right next to yours. It don't matter if he's 200 pounds. Y'all can come to some sort of agreement. See, that's Al Heyman talking right there. Because Al Heyman, he sees numbers. He's always ahead of the game. That's why he's still relevant. So, what do I think about the fight with Jake Paul? Because I feel it's going to happen. Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez. I'll say one thing. Knock him the hell out, Canelo. Knock him out. Don't go in the ring and play around. Don't go in there and make it a spectacle. Don't go in there with no 14-ounce gloves. If it's going to be a fight, make it a fight. Don't sell your soul to the bread. At least stay true, Canelo, and your fans.
Yeah.
Stay true to the art. Stay true to the sport. Go in there and handle your business. Period. Now, if you go in there and play, you go in there and you carry this man, sport, everybody included gonna lose a ton of respect for you. Ton of respect for you. So, if you're gonna make it happen and do it right. Now, as far as Crawford goes, I think the fight was scheduled for September anyway. So he's still on plan. I'm pretty sure Crawford's gonna continue to work, stay in shape. Not sure if he's gonna have a fight in between or not. But I don't think this is gonna mess up plans, to be honest with you. Well, it's off. I don't think so. $70 million is $70 million. However, this could also be a bargaining tool also for Canelo. Now that I think about it, if he gets $100 million, say $100 million to fight Disney Boy, Canelo, Alvarez, right? Disney Boy, Jake Paul. Then what do you think he's gonna want to fight Crawford? I mean, it's been reported $70 million. However, if he gets that, he's gonna want more, right? For Crawford. So fight's off right now. But it could just be a bargaining tool, just so he can get that paper up to face Crawford. Now there's one more thing that I've been thinking about. Canelo Alvarez still competing against Mayweather? Think about that. Mayweather made $300 million in one night. Is Canelo trying to compete with that? Is that why he's doing what he's doing? Because the last spectacle we had was Conor McGregor and Mayweather. Now it's Disney Boy. And Canelo. I don't know. Sleep on that. Think about that, my fans. I appreciate you guys, all my fans, man, everybody that subscribe, tune in on the day. Every time I post, I really appreciate that. Yo, let's get them numbers up. Subscribe, because you're going to come back. Because you already know what it is. And hit that like button if you like what you're hearing. But anyways, it is what it is. Fighters become bigger than the belts. The belt is important when you're on the rise, like for Keyshawn Davis or Abdullah Mason. Those guys right there, they got to build their status. They got to build their celebrity. If you get to a certain point, your belts don't matter. See, to give an example, fall out. Ryan Garcia ain't fought for no belt, but he makes millions and millions of dollars. No legacy, however, he's making millions and millions of dollars. That's what the sport has become. This new generation is like that. However, you see Mayweather, he do his thing. He's done his thing. We've seen other guys like Ali do their thing as well. I've seen over the years, or at least I've read over the years, a lot of fighters have done exhibitions along the way for large amounts of money. But anyways, that's my time. I'm out. Peace.
And there you go. Timothy Bradley talking about Disney Boy.
Yeah.
Canelo. What can I don't know, man. I that's the first time I heard that. I mean, I've seen a little bit of it, but then this is the first time I heard it. So
yeah, I did a video, but I only played about 2 minutes of it. So yeah, it's good that everybody gets to hear the entire thing. But yeah, he was saying some stuff about Al Heyman and his speculation about, Disney Boy and all that. I'm gonna have to start calling Jake Disney Boy.
Disney Boy. I mean, was he on Disney Channel or something at one point?
Yeah, that's where he started. Yeah, he was doing little ballerina dances, and it's like, wow, because someone was showing Mike Tyson at 16 how he was like this ferocious kid, and then when Jake Paul was 16, he was dancing like a ballerina. So yeah, started on the.
Okay. I don't know, man. That's I look at that like if I and I remember how Jake Paul looked and how he is now. He looks like a demon. I mean,
Yeah,
he's hella big, man. He's hella big, but I'm just wondering how is that going to help someone like Canelo though, going from 200 back to 168. That's a lot of weight to be dropping down to. Talking about fighting, Terrence Crawford, and then if he's doing that, that benefits Terrence Crawford.
exactly,
You
exactly.
know,
That was I was watching Blue Blood Sports TV, and he said he thought that all along that he would go up to 200 to fight Jake Paul and then come back down, lose to Crawford, and blame it on being weight drained. So I don't know, man. It could be that Roy Jones thing, like when he went up to fight John Ruiz and then he came back down and he was never the same. But Canelo's got to be smart about this because if he goes in there and gets hands put on him by Crawford, it's gonna really mess things up for his little hoes out there. I call them Canelo's hoes because they be on his jock. Like I mean, like man, dude, they
who do
might
you
jump.
think? Well, I mean, who do you think is like a big Canelo lover right now? I don't. Who? What channels do you look at? Do you see those
Um,
guys?
Canelo lovers. Not. I'm not sure about the channels. I just know my comments, man. They just. I've been getting so much hate. You know, you say anything against Canelo, people are coming in. Oh, you're crazy. You're a casual. Terrence Crawford, you lose power when you reach age 35. I'm like, man, y'all better miss with little homemade stats, man. They've been saying some crazy stuff. I'm like, you don't even make sense.
Well, I'll say this, man. I mean, if you look at Canelo Alvarez and Canelo's like done everything, I don't, I don't know where his. I mean, loyalty is a mother sucker. I get it, but I don't see where. I mean, what else could Canelo do that could just excite anybody?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, people want to fight him, which is a good thing. I guess it's still a good thing, but I mean, I just don't see the appeal in Canelo like that. I mean, I understand what he's done. I respect him for what he's done. He's a hell of a fighter still. But I see a guy that's not where he was a few years back.
Yeah,
When he was busting up Callum Smith, breaking his arms, bone breaking and crushing and, hitting him on his arms and swelling them up and, shattering Billy Joe Saunders' eye and then knocking out Caleb Plant in the 11th round. I mean, those
right.
type of things, you're like, dang, that's cool, man. Like Canelo, then, the whole question was like, who can beat him at this point? Like, who would beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, where's
And
that?
the funny thing, huh?
Yeah, so what happened to that Canelo?
I don't know, man. Well, I think he burned out. I think he got where he wanted to be. He did something that no Mexican has ever done. You know,
Yeah,
nobody has unified, those weight classes up there and, at super middleweight before him. So he wanted to make that mark, so that's what I really think about uh that. I think he's just, it's like basically when you get to that plateau, then you don't really care as much because you've pretty much done what you set out to do. And because of that, you don't really have any drive to do anything else. There's no challenge that you Canelo, I want to think because I mean, at first, think about it. I mean, when he went to 175, he did want to take on the best. So he fought Kovalev, former champion, then Bivol, and he lost to Bivol on the WBA end, and then he went back to 168. And he ain't been back since. He pulled an Anthony Joshua, in retrospect. Anthony came to the States. He ain't never been back talking about fighting nobody. And I don't want to make this about Joshua, but understand, like, that sticks out.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's always gonna stick out, you
yeah.
know. I know everything's going on in Saudi Arabia, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, you went all the way to Saudi Arabia, but you went there for like 85 million, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how much after taxes. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You have to make it to take for them to take it anyway. So,
Right.
but no, Canelo, he never went to 175 again. And someone like Artur better be, yeah, that would be pretty dope. I would like to see him fight someone like that. But he already got beat by Bivol, and Bivol got beat by Better BF. So, so it is what it is.
Makes.
Boxing.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, just reading your comments, Sean, here. So,
Yeah, you made me think of that line from Rocky 3 where Mickey told Rocky the worst thing happened to you that could happen to any fighter. You got civilized.
got civilized, yeah. And Mickey protected him too, didn't he? They were picked, Rock.
Yeah.
Well, I can beat these guys, didn't you? Rocky sound like such. Yeah. Clubber.
Clubber Lang.
Yeah, Clubber Lang, man. Clubber Lang was a cat that, he was one of the hardest. You know who could make a good Mickey if they were going to remake Rocky? I mean, remake it.
Yeah, who's that?
Teddy Atlas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He'd be
You
great,
know,
Mick.
yeah, because I mean he's getting older and he don't need that much makeup. I mean they would age him still, but
Yeah.
they would age him to a point where I mean he would look like that. But I mean the way he talks and the way he acts and his
Yeah.
passion for the sport, the grit, the
Right.
sweat of boxing, he loves it. So yeah, definitely.
A lot of people don't like Teddy Atlas. I listened to his audio book. It's one of the best books I ever listened to. I like Teddy Atlas. He looks deeper in the fighter's mentality. Like he talks about like what a guy's thinking and fear, and he gets pretty deep with it. He's like one of them old mafia types.
Hmm. Yeah, Teddy Atlas, man. I was, it's crazy. I was working at a call center in 2006 or seven, um, and me and this guy start talking about boxing. Go figure, it's me. So, older guy. Well, I don't know how old he was. I mean, because you got to remember this was almost 20 years ago. So it was like he started talking about Teddy Atlas. He started talking about Mike Tyson and Customado, and he was talking about Teddy though. He started on Teddy. And the crazy thing was, Teddy Atlas was like a troubled kid, and he mentioned something about his parents or something like, well, his parents were burned up in a fire or something like that,
Oh wow.
and I don't really remember everything involved, ugh, in that. You get the shivers from the earbud.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
let's see. All right. Let's see. Because I was listening. I mean, and he knew stuff though, and it was crazy. Like early life. Let's see.
Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on your way in or on your way out. Go subscribe to Counterpunch Boxing News if you haven't already. If you check it out now on the replay, subscribe to my dude Kurt, Counterpunch Boxing News. Make sure you subscribe here. And my backup platform in WJ, the world's most dangerous boxing platform. Yay.
Yay! Yeah, he said that was he heard um, Joseph Parker, right?
Yeah, man. He said that on his one of his videos on his YouTube channel. He said, yeah. I was like, hey, easy, Joseph.
Probably
I
something
like.
they do in New Zealand, I think. So
Oh yeah. I
yeah,
would
man.
get him on the show. if not before the fight, after. I'd like to pick his brain, see what's going on with him, or get maybe Andy Lee on, talk to him. Who do you? What matter of fact, speaking of that, who do you like better as a trainer, Andy Lee or Don Charles in that matchup? Who do you favor?
Mm. I, I don't. I think it's about the relationship. Um,
Yeah.
I agree with Rob McCracken, because Rob McCracken said something interesting. He said that it depends on the relationship between the fighter and the trainer. You know, and
Right.
where they're at all times in the fight, what happened at all times in the fight, like what's going on, and what to do. And it's just, uh, I think maybe because I don't know. I mean, Don Charles, because I've heard a lot of things about Don Charles.
Yeah,
I've heard
me
a
too.
lot of things. Like, I mean, I know this is technically Friday, but I've heard things that I will talk about, just not now. You
Yeah.
know, but that'll really make you go, what? So yeah,
Wow.
definitely. So, but
Is that,
I would,
that for the Patreon?
yeah. I'm gonna do a Patreon before I close out tonight. But it's going to be something juicy. It's going to be juicy, man. It's definitely going to be juicy. So you know, um, I got a series that I'm going to make off of there. So but yeah, I think that all in all, uh, maybe Andy Lee and Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think they have a better relationship. I think between Daniel and Don Charles, sure, Don Charles looks after Danny. I think he takes his job very seriously, but I also think the disconnect or the distraction is, you know, Papa Dubois,
Yo.
because we've heard stories about, like, where Daniel's all over the place and he ain't,
Yeah, he
and
can't.
Don Charles is trying to get him to, hey man, listen, man, I need you to do this. Can you do this for me? All, emotional and, all that. And his dad comes says something to him. It's almost like he rebooted him or something. He goes out there and wins. So
Yeah.
yeah,
We know what Spencer Fearon said his dad is into. It makes you wonder because AJ came in the ring looking like he never had a fight in his life before.
yeah, man. So yeah, it's some crazy stuff. It's some
And
crazy stuff, man.
did you know it was his dad's idea for him to use that ring walk that looked kind of like it was a little bit on the dark side? You remember the little dances they were doing before they came in the ring? So I don't know if that was some type of ritual or what, but AJ looked like he didn't want to be there once the bell sounded.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you that, but um,
He
Spencer
was,
Farron did let the cat out of the bag. He's like, yeah, you're using that. They're using that voodoo. You
yeah, that
know,
was
using that black magic. They're using it, man. So they're definitely using it. So I
that's
mean, I don't know if that helps any, but he did win, didn't he?
that's crazy, ain't it? Like them be talking about Christians and they're using dark stuff. It's like these people better leave that stuff alone, man. Just went off your talent and leave dark stuff alone before it turns around and bites you. But
Yeah.
hopefully, Daniel Dubois, if he wins against, can win this fight against Parker, I hope it's on his own merit and not him calling on the dark side of the force.
Well, I'll say this, man. I mean, if that's the case, like I don't think that I don't think that should be a factor. I mean, because nah, I don't think so. Because if that's the case, like, hey, Princess Sima, man, I'm Muslim. I'm gonna win. Praise to be Allah. And he gets, and then Barrera went out there and spanked him. So I don't know if that's what it is. I think it's going to take somebody if it is demonic forces at work, right? If it's demonic forces at work, I think that it'll definitely be someone that has angelic forces at work to foil that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So it would have to be someone that is not distracted by the dark side or the darkness or whatever they think it's going to help them do. It'll be
yeah,
someone that they can't penetrate through. It will be someone that does come in, like Tyson Fury said, I'm in the light. I look for
right.
no alter egos. I look for no one to come and help me. I look for God Almighty, and that's it. Just for that, you're getting it. Those
Yeah,
type of things. You see what I mean? It's going to be that type of thing in there, and here's the thing, bro. I miss Tyson Fury already. You know what I mean? I've missed the old Deontay Wilder. I've missed
right.
those dudes, man. It sucks because they ain't around no more. You know,
It's
and
weird.
yeah, man. So and here's the weird thing. We wanted to see AJ versus Deontay. I wanted to see it. I think what kept us pretty much entertained when we didn't get the chance to see it is why we couldn't see it and the stories between why we didn't get it. And I think because of that, yeah, we got the views, we got the attention, we got the discussions, we got the energy, we got the discussions again and again and again. But, we never got it. But what did we get? We got Tyson Fury versus Wilder. And that buildup was good. The first one was real good because Tyson Fury created an anger within Deontay Wilder that this man went back to the roots. You know what I mean? And he was just like, man, we still been fighting for 400 years, and we still fighting to this day, to this day, to this day. I'm like, oh, and then he just, and that really created a lot of people. And what people don't understand is Wilder drew people to the sport that wouldn't watch, they weren't going to watch boxing.
Yeah,
They didn't care anything about boxing. They cared about the cause or the supposed cause that they thought that was about. You know, I mean, that's what happened. A lot of people, man, he a rights leader. I mean, yeah, you know, uh, he said something that made sense. But why he said it because he didn't like the idea of someone else that was trying to push something that he felt like, well, hey, well, what about what's going on with my culture and my people? And I see what you're trying to do, you know.
yeah,
So it was
yeah,
actually that was provoked. It wasn't something that was on his mind. It was
yeah,
something that had to be brought up. And then because that was brought up, he brought that up. So it was kind of like a reflection reaction of what you know he you know what Tyson Fury was trying to say about the gypsies and stuff like that, the travelers,
yeah,
So yeah. But I mean, I miss those days
yeah,
because I mean, that might just be how my mind is set because it's all said and done. But I do remember the you also had different things. You had Jarrell Miller, you had Anthony Joshua. Well, you didn't even have Jarrell at that time. Jarrell didn't come along until like 2009. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He was around because Joshua was fighting Povetkin,
right.
and that's when Jarrell Miller was emerging. His claim to one of the titles. It was definitely Game of Thrones in there.
Yeah,
And King's Landing was definitely London. The UK, big up UK, right? And then Wilder was in Winterfell. You know what I mean? Or Dorne or wherever. Claiming
right.
like, "Hey, I'm the champ. I'm the king. I'm this. I'm that." So yeah, I miss those days, man. So the peace and blessings, Wilder. I don't know. He's not as fun.
I
He's just
I
not as
saw
fun.
Radio Raheem did an interesting interview with Derek Chisora tonight where it got pretty heated. They started talking about politics and they're talking about Derek Chisora going into politics when he's done and why he doesn't want to fight in Africa. And I saw Radio Raheem on another platform too talking about how he couldn't defend Canelo if he decided to fight Jake Paul over Terrence Crawford. So I've never seen Radio Raheem that animated on some of these interviews, but yeah, he's becoming more outspoken now that he's moved to the UK. I didn't know he moved to the UK, but he's not in America anymore. But
Well, I think he knows that. I mean, he knows, like a lot of people should know, that boxing in the States is not anywhere where it was, and it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere where it used to be. Unfortunately,
right,
you know what I mean. Just like Jarrell Miller left, he has a flat in the
yeah,
UK.
you're
Yeah,
right.
so he's there, and you still have fights that he's going to make, but I think he's just doing it to, I think he wants that AJ fight. He wants them to be somewhere. He wants to pull that Shannon the Cannon over there.
Yeah, he's
That's what
gonna
I
troll
think.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, pussy. Let's go, gay J. You know. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah,
Um, but we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Radio Raheem, I mean, he was probably pretty much leaving. I think he lived in DC anyway, or something like that.
oh, okay.
So I'm not sure, but I mean, he was always flying back and forth. So it's like, dude, I could stay over here and you know, I don't know. Maybe he met somebody. Who knows, dude? I don't know. That could have been a
Oh,
factor, but
yeah, one of the somebody commented, yeah, that Jake Paul Canelo fight is not happening. Looks like it's gonna be Terrence Crawford and Canelo in September. Don't know if Canelo's fighting in May, but I don't believe it's Jake Paul. But yeah, speaking of Radio Raheem, man, what happened to Michelle Joy Phelps? She was doing some freelance work, and then I don't see her anymore, man. She's I don't know.
well, Michelle, she decided to go back to school.
Oh, right, she did say that.
Yeah, she's going back to school. Yeah, I mean, she's Michelle. Michelle, she's a beautiful woman, and she looks nothing in person. Like you could know it's her, but Michelle is a lot darker. She's a dark complected woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't know
it's
that.
crazy. I mean, because she has a lot of Native American
Oh,
ancestry, so she's just naturally dark. Yeah, it's crazy. Because I met her a few years ago in Vegas,
oh,
and Michelle, she was definitely. I'm like, damn, is that Michelle? Because I'm just thinking she's just this shit. She looked like she would appear like she's from the 13 colonies. Now well, now
yeah.
you look like you're more from Oklahoma. You know what I mean? So Wyoming and but yeah, she's not a nice person and everything, but yeah, she had that platform. She had a couple people working for her, but I don't know what happened with the channel. I just think it's just, she just doesn't do it anymore because her whole thing is getting the interviews,
Right.
and of course that colorful laugh she has,
Oh
you know
man,
what I
that
mean?
wow. Ha ha ha! I was like, wow, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, you can only be you though at the end of the day. So
Yeah, man, that laugh was something else. I was like, man, I knew a girl like that in real life. You'd be having dinner and you'd say something funny. She's like, ah! I was like, oh shoot, okay, all right.
yeah, yeah, man. I think I think if anything, man, Michelle, she did a good job. I hate to see any platform just not be used.
Yeah, me
You know
too.
what I mean? Like, because I mean, she had a few 100,000 subscribers, and my
Yeah,
thing is, maybe she was going to come back to it. So who
right,
am I to say what to do with it? But if I knew I wasn't coming back to I would at least. This is what I don't want to do. I would hate to give it to somebody and they just turn it into shite.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you know what I mean.
It's
So
just like all your work was in vain.
yeah, I mean it ain't in vain when you're in it, but I mean it's like it doesn't. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to continue. So you know,
Yeah, yeah.
I
That's
mean,
she's one of the first channels that I found when I started looking for boxing content. I noticed her interviews with Tyson Fury and all that. So yeah, I thought she did a good job.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and so I guess she just I don't know what she's gonna do, but I mean she has a plan, so I wish her well in whatever she does. There's a lot of people that's not I don't see. What happened to your boy Trucker World, Andrew's Trucker World?
Oh yeah, Andrew. I just had him on what about a week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we went
Mhm.
live real late. Yeah, but he's supposed to be moving out the country to Thailand or Taiwan or somewhere. He's in Jacksonville, Florida right now. But
What is he doing out there?
he's supposed to be helping his brother with a business.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's well.
yeah. So I had Andrew on. Supposed to get Ray Mercer back on to answer some questions from the chat. But it's like we both been busy. I was supposed to do that like last Friday, but you know how that goes sometimes with everybody's schedules being different.
Hmm.
But I haven't heard. I'm kind of switching topics, but I haven't. Have you heard anything more on Andre Ward's potential comeback?
Nah, I know he's training, but I think he always does that. Him,
Yeah,
Carl Froch, guys like that, I think they stay in shape. It's just a part of their livelihood, you know.
yeah, yeah, exactly, man. I enjoy his show with Roy Jones, the All the Smoke. It's a pretty interesting show.
Yeah.
What did you catch that Clarissa Shields fight? I watched the replay. Did you catch that?
Nope.
Yeah, it was not my cup of tea, but it was okay.
Yeah. Why is Clarissa looking like Floyd? Yeah.
Looking
Something
like
about the
Floyd.
eyes. I mean, they're like she is like these. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the only one that sees that or whatnot.
Looking like Floyd. Wow, yeah, yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
Like Mr. Mayweather, huh?
Well, more like Mrs. Mayweather. I'm not calling her a man or nothing. I'm just saying she resembles Floyd. I don't know. Nothing wrong. I mean, because Clarissa, she's I don't know. Clarissa, she's colorful. I think she tries too hard sometimes. I think she just needs
Yeah,
to calm down. But
I'll be for
but I
one.
mean, if that's who she is, that's who she is. So
I saw Layla Ali fight in person on the Louis Klitschko undercard in LA. She knocked the girl out. That's the thing about Clarissa Shields. She doesn't really have that power, though. She knocked the girl down in the last round. She doesn't really, I like to see people that have at least a hint of knockout power. She don't really have that. I saw Lucia Riker. I didn't see her fight, but I saw her in person. Saw Lucia Riker, Layla Ali, but I used to like Christy Martin's fight. She used to do pretty good, but other than that, I'm really not into the female fights so much. But that what's the girl Katie Taylor that does all the headbutting? I'm like,
oh yeah, Miss Neck. Yeah.
yeah, she got that Holyfield neck.
Yeah, well,
They,
Lucia Riker though, man, she's actually like she never fought Christy Martin. So that was one of the biggest fights that didn't happen.
right. Wait, Layla Ali?
No.
I
Christy
thought
Martin and
did.
Lucia Riker. No,
Oh,
Christy
Lucia.
Martin fought Lele Ali. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucia Riker was tough, wasn't? Was she from Brazil?
I don't know. No, she's from Dutch. Dutch.
Dutch?
Dutch.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No. Yeah, she looks Brazilian, but she's not. She's yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think Emmanuel Stewart used to train her, I think.
She sucker punched she sucker punched Christy Martin one time. That was funny.
Did she? Oh, I'm gonna have to pull that up. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, she sucker punched. There was somewhere Lucia Riker. Boop! and that pissed Christy off, man. Christy was mad.
Wow. Lucia Riker, man. She was in a movie too. I can't remember what movie, but she was in a movie.
$1 million Baby.
Well, okay, that's it. Yeah. $1 Million
Yeah, that was
Baby.
one of the saddest movies that I will never ever watch again.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I saw that movie. I'm like, I'm not watching this crap again. That was, come on, y'all.
Yeah, she was the one yeah, she's the one. No
Yeah,
spoilers. She was the one.
that movie was
Yeah.
hot cottage.
Well, you know something. You know, Lucia Riker got knocked out by this kickboxer, this dude. I mean, out cold.
Oh, she got knocked out by a kickboxer?
Hmm.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was sad too. It was sad.
Gaz asked, "What was your thoughts of James Butler other than the sucker punch?" I don't know who's. You know who James Butler is?
Yeah, James Harlem Butler. He was a troubled guy. He was a real piece of shit. Um, he hit what was it? What's that guy's name? He was a Jamaican fighter.
Oh, I know what you're
They
talking.
called him the Alien, Alien Plaid or Pratt or something like that.
I know what you're
The
talking
guy
about.
went out, to shake his hand. He caught him, stole
yeah.
on him.
I just didn't know his name.
Mm.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
he was yeah, he was a piece of he was terrible. Mm.
Didn't they ban him from boxing?
Yeah, for a while, yeah, they did, and then he stayed with Max Kellerman's brother, and then killed him
Yeah.
with a hammer, and then burned him up in the house.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, it was that made news. So Max Kellerman's brother is a result of James Butler. James Butler, yeah, he's in prison doing life or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah. I knew he had done something to Max's brother, but I didn't know he did all that. My goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, man, yeah, he's in prison.
Guess he sees it wasn't quite worth it. Having your freedom taken from you is not worth it. People need to think and then act. People just act and then they think. They do it backwards. Man, that's
Hmm.
sad.
Yeah, he's Richard Grant. That was his name. That's the guy that he sucker punched. So
Wow.
yeah, he was uh yeah, he lost to Omar Sheik. Omar Sheik was pretty good.
I
He just had real thin skin.
I remember.
Um, yeah, Omar Sheik, man. All those cats used to be on Friday Night Fights back in the
Yeah,
day.
and
Yeah,
Omar.
yeah. So James Butler, man, he was. I mean, he was a puncher, but he wasn't a very good fighter.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So yeah, that's what I think about him. I think he's where he needs to be, I guess. Prison.
Speaking of sucker punch, do you remember when Riddick Bowe sucker punched Larry Donald?
Yeah, I remember that. Man, it was
Hit him
crazy.
with-
Yeah, I don't like why. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man.
So that's the thing I liked about Riddick Bowe. Like there was always something happening in a Riddick Bowe fight. A parachutist, that fight against Elijah Tillery where he started kicking and then Rock Newman pulled him out the ring. It was like and then the Galata riot. There was just always some weird stuff at a Riddick Bowe fight, man. You always got your money's worth.
Yeah, Riddick Bowe was very confrontational, man. Very,
Yeah,
very. Yeah, he was very confrontational. And yeah, that dude was a real piece of work. Yeah,
Riddick Bowe.
real piece of work. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Riddick Bowe.
His downfall was eating. I remember he built a kitchen in his bedroom, and then when he did that, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he's done." And once he built that kitchen in his bedroom, it's like he never got back into the kind of shape he was in for the first Holyfield fight. That was his best shape ever. That Evander Holyfield Riddick Bowe won. He was never in that kind of shape ever again, which
Hey
is
man, we
sad.
got you a super chat though.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that from Gaz, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. He says, "Are you guys keen on White Chisora if Dell beats Wileen?" I don't know, man. How do you feel about Dillian White? Do you think he's finished?
No, I think he needs to show anyone that I think he needs to show people if he's finished or not. So I
Yeah,
don't think that he's finished. I just think that he needs to show people that he's still worthy of being discussed because, you know, yeah, he had a couple tune-ups, but I think it's time for him to get in the mix. I would
yeah.
love to see him with Jarrell fighting Jarrell Miller. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I see
that
that.
would be a very good fight. Him fighting Jarrell Miller would be very good. And if he
Yes,
can beat Jarrell Miller, he can put himself in situations that, only selective a few have. Him and Daniel Dubois. So yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, I would like to see that. I would like to see that shot. Somebody with a pulse, somebody with a name. You know what I mean? That's somebody that has less than 3 losses. You know,
Yeah,
uh, something like that, man. But
yeah.
I think the guy I saw fight Ebenezer Teta,
Tata.
and I think it was a good fight, but it's like Dillian hit this dude with shots that I don't know. Either Teta's a strong guy. I know Christian Hammer's durable, but he quit. So you know, but yeah,
Yeah,
I want to see Dillian White go at it, man. I want to see him fight. You know.
yeah. Do you think he's banned in the UK because he keeps fighting in these weird locations? And thanks, Num Leaf. I appreciate you. But do you think Dillian White is having some trouble getting sanctioned in the UK?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
I don't
fighting
know,
in
man.
these weird spots and he's fighting on like Sundays and weird hours. It's like, what's going on with you, Mr. White? Like, you gonna be fighting in Tijuana next, man? What's up?
I don't know. Maybe probably not T1. Probably that area, Gibraltar again.
Gibraltar, yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't know what's going on with Dillian, the body snatcher White. I don't
The
know.
snatcher. I think Caballero might have taken that title from him the way he's hitting these dudes to the body. I might have to call Caballero the new body snatcher.
Yeah, because he's snatching bodies. He's making things happen. So he's
Yeah,
definitely making things happen.
yeah.
Um, checking on Kiki Toa.
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't get to check that out yet, man. But I need to. I definitely need to check that out. Because David Hay called him T.
Tite. Tite. Yeah, David Hay, man. Yeah, he's I don't know, man. I want to see White do stuff. I mean, he's 36 years old, so if he doesn't do it now, you don't want to wait to see him at 37, 38. And by that time, I think he'll be just rusted out of the game or just too old or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Shade Booty '09. That's his name there. He says, "You guys see the Canelo versus Paul fight is now off." Yeah, yeah, man. It was on and it was off. Num Leaf says he thinks Dillian's been fighting in Gibraltar, yeah, in Ireland. Yeah, there's something going on with Mr. Dillian's career that he's not sharing with the public right now. It might have to do with the little, substance ban or whatever he was doing or allegedly doing. So I don't know. Hopefully he can start making money with Mr. Turkey because I know if I was fighting right now, I'd be trying to fight like once a month just to get Turkey's attention. Be like, hey, I'm available.
Just don't get knocked out, man.
No, I don't want to
Yeah,
get knocked out. No.
man. Just don't get knocked out, man. So, but yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. With that light. Okay, there we go. Uh,
Yeah.
who else, man? What's else? What else is going on in the sport?
We got
You did any predictions?
we got what McCauley at Jagba allegedly. We got Zane Caballel, Parker Dubois, Vargas versus what's his name? Floyd. I mean, wait, Vargas versus Madrimov.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
Ortiz.
uh, was
Virgil
it?
Ortiz.
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like Madrimov, and then we got that Floyd dude fighting Shakur. So that's a stacked card, man. They're saying this is the best card in boxing history.
Let's see it, man. I can't wait to that day, man. I can't wait to that day. It's gonna be a lit day over here. Um, yeah, man. Hold on. You got another super chat here.
Oh, Gaz coming through again, man. Making it rain on the platform, man. I appreciate that. He says
Yes, sir.
Prime Foreman or Prime Valuev in Russia. Uh, I don't know that fighter you're talking about. Do you know who that fighter is,
I
Kurt?
don't know who. I don't know who Prime. I don't know who Valuev is. I don't know who
Yeah,
that is.
I'm gonna have to up my game. I've never heard of him. Apparently,
That's all
it's
right. Me neither.
it, I think the Foreman that came back in his 40s was better than the younger Foreman because he never went down when he was older, but he hit the canvas quite a bit when he was younger. The older Foreman was more disciplined. That dude was pulling diesels up hills. He's pulling
I don't know.
chopping wood. I mean, the older Foreman was maybe didn't throw as many punches, but he was a tougher guy in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Gotcha.
I'm
Hmm.
sure Michael Moore experienced that when he got knocked out at age 26 to a 45-year-old Foreman.
Hmm.
I still remember that night well.
Yeah, me too, man. I'll never forget that night.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah. It
You
happened.
know, and
It
Foreman.
happened.
Beep, 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 beep. It was over with. You
Yep.
know, set it up, man, and yeah, knock this boy out. And it's crazy.
I was watching that with my buddy Daryl in San Diego. Shout out to him. And he kept saying, he's like, why is Moore standing so close to Foreman? He's like, why is he that close? He just kept jabbing and jabbing. And Michael Moore said he was actually out on his feet before the knockout punch. He said he was already hurt before he even got that 1-2. He's like, I was out before that.
Mm, I guess. I don't believe that. I think he got caught with that boop, 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 boop. Oh, you know.
Yeah, hit
But
him
I
out.
mean, I think you got to think about Michael Moore. He got hit by guys like Foreman, Holyfield, Tua.
Yeah,
You see the
dude.
Tua knockout? Oh my
That
God. The
was
Tua knockout was massive, bro.
yeah, that was like round one, I think.
Guys, here's some. I haven't heard anything about Ike Barabucci yet, man. I'll reach out to him and see what's going on because the last thing he was supposed to fight Tommy Morrison's brother. So, I mean,
Yeah.
son, not brother, but son. Yeah, you know.
Hey, thanks for coming through, Numlee. Appreciate you, man. How you doing, Kurt? You still wide awake, or you need to shut it down?
Oh man, I'm about to shut it down and get her done. Get some shut eye. Got a lot to do tomorrow. But man, thanks for having me on the channel on the platform. I will be back like the Terminator. So yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate you, Jay Roos.
Oh no, anytime, man. Anytime you want to come through, man. I
All
appreciate you.
right, all right,
Go
man. Well,
to Counterpunch Boxing News, y'all. I'm gonna get on up out of here too. Thanks for watching. LSR forever. Be fearless. Yay.